Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you a small design team project for Doreen over at Ooh La La Vintage Treasures, and I am making some Shabby Page Edgers for the junk journals. And I've started with two that I've already got made here, and I thought we might make one or two together. And this is what I've come up with so far. I have so many scraps from working with her digitals that I hate to throw away because there's so many pretty elements in them, and I thought this would be a great scrap buster idea to use up some of the digitals and some of my little bits of lace and ribbons and trims and things. So this one, I just took some doilies and cut out some of her digitals and put them in there and just scattered them around and just used pages, little tears and pieces of pages, and added some lace and ribbons and some little rhinestone embellishments, and I think that turned out so sweet. And then this one was a little less elaborate, if it not quite so fussy, if you will. And this was from a couple of her different kits, and I added a couple labels that I had out of my stash, some little pearl trim. I cut this out of a piece of lace and kind of layered it and put a pearl in there. And it's just, on the back, they're just glued onto a strip of one of the digitals. So this is my very first journal I ever made, and it's not complete yet, but I thought I'd give you an idea of how these page edgers should look in the journal. This is a mishmash of all kinds of different styles. When I went down the YouTube rabbit hole, trying to learn about junk journals about 2 years ago, and I just started playing with different looks and ideas, and I haven't quite finished all the ephemera for it, and I saw where people were doing beading and doing embellishments with their strings and their yarns and things, so I just left all of my shaggy tails on my stitching and everything. So I've got a little work on it to finish, but let's see, let's choose a page. Here's a nice plain page, has nothing on it, so that'd be a good one to use one of the heavier pieces. And look how that just adds so much visual interest and texture to that page. And then from the side, look how cute that is. I just think that's so sweet. So that would be one idea. Let's see if we can find another plain page. I'm quite sure there's a few in there. Let's see. See if we can get one that, there's one. So there's how that would look. I think it adds so much cute to a page, or if you wanted the lace to stick out, you could do it that way. And then again, when you close it, you see all of that lacy goodness right there. I think that they just add so much to a journal, and they're so fun. And you can even, like on a smaller one like this, you could even add some washi to this side and make it like a flip. If you backed this with something that you could write on, maybe some plain craft paper or something, then it could be a flip as well. So a couple different uses for these. So let's put these aside a moment, and we'll just work on one. And get my plastic mat here so I don't get glue on everything. Not very fancy, but functional. So I start by taking some of the digitals, and this is kind of my scrap pile right here. Those are some of my fussy cuts. We'll put those aside. But these are some of the larger pieces that I have. Let's see, I'll start with this one. I've got all sorts of pages, so what we need is a backing to start us off with, and I need something with some structure. So a piece with some cardstock. And let's see, do I have a piece large enough in this pile? No, I do not. That's not cardstock. Let me see. Let's see if I can rob a page. Oh, let's just take a page from this one, piece from this one. So I make them about the length of a typing page. So let me see, do I have a little, there's a little page here. So if you fold that in half, so about right there. So let's put that in. And kind of measure that to about right there. Not my most accurate measuring, but it will do. So let's see. So that's right on. So we'll go with that. And then, oh, I need to narrow it, don't I? So let's take it about, I did it about an inch, I believe, about 1.25 inches. So let's go right about there. That'll give us some width to work with. And we'll make this the back side. So if you see anything on from the back end, it'll still be pretty. So let's see, let's just kind of rifle through our papers here and see what we have. I think we might want a piece of the embossed. That's rather pretty. Why don't we tear a little piece of that out? And it doesn't have to be exact, and the shape can be irregular. Make sure I'm in frame here. My last video, I realized I was not altogether in frame. So I love that flower. So maybe we'll do that towards the top. And before I start gluing, I like to lay it out and just kind of get a feel for how it will look. That way we don't have it glued down quite yet, and we can change our mind if we want to. Let's see, what else might we want in there? Ooh, there's the Eiffel Tower. That one's a big one though. Let's see here. Oh, here's part of my favorite kit. Let's put a dress form in there too. Which one? Do we want the ruffly one? Do we want the plain one? Plain one is kind of gets lost in there, doesn't it? Let's do a ruffly one. We'll just kind of rough up the edges here a little bit so it's not too precise. I don't know about you all, but I make an enormous mess when I craft. My desk looks like a tornado hit it. Let's see, I think I'll bring in a little piece of book page or music page. Let's see what I've got down here in my side stash here. Here's some book page. Do we like that up here? No. Maybe we'll save that for a minute. Let's see, what else do we like here? I like that top, but I cut it for a tag. Oh, how about these pearls? There's some more dress form. Oh, maybe one of these would be better. You know what? I think I like this better. Let's try that. I just absolutely hate wasting any parts of these beautiful digitals. Doreen does such a lovely job creating them. She really has a style like no other. Ooh, you know what? I like this. Let's kind of tear this up a little bit. Take some off of there, and I think I'll tuck that. So maybe we'll just tear this side a bit. So we'll build our base layer first, and then we will start embellishing. Let's see, do we like that? Let's pull that down so you can see that rose a little bit. I think this one's sticking out a little too far. Let's get rid of some of that. Let's try that. Okay, I'm liking that. And then we've got some floral there. Or do we like... Oh, it's so hard to choose. I love it all. I just love it all. I like those pearls. Let's take some of those pearls. A little bit of the writing on there. I like that. Okay, so let's tuck that under there. See what I mean about being messy? I've got it all over the place. And then I love this little lacy piece here. So maybe you have to find a place to tuck that in. Maybe cover up that white a little bit. Let's do that. Cover up that white a bit. And tuck that in there. Okay, one more little piece. Let's go with this one. And I think I will tear the edges of that one a bit. So what are some of the ways you all like to use up your scraps? Do you have a go-to project that you do? Let's see, I think we'll move this one this way. No, let's move it this way. And then just tuck that one in. Do we like it like that? Or maybe like that? I think that looks too square. Let's kind of tuck it in like that. Okay, so we've got our base. So let's start gluing. I'll take my art glitter glue. And what I like to do when I've got kind of the pattern here, I like to just put a little dot to stick them down a little bit so I know what went where, and then you can kind of glue them on permanently. So that there, that there. Kind of like that, and then that one up in there. Okay, so then I will pick it up and I will just, oh, my pin that I had in here before got a little rusty. I thought I had a stainless steel and I did not. Let's see. So good thing that's on the back side here. So we'll just kind of give this a good bit of glue. I am working on a larger project for Doreen's design team, and I realized I didn't want to rush it, and I needed to get another 2 videos in this month. I've been a little under the weather for a bit and got kind of behind. So I thought I'd just do this quick little project. And sometimes it doesn't have to be all about the big journals and everything. It can be something fun to use up scraps and just kind of stretch your creativity a little bit. Let's get that one down. I'll put some there. Get this one down. Oh, you know what I did not do? What a dodo brain. I didn't ink. So you know what? I think we're just going to ink the outer side. What do I want? I will use my gathered twigs. I was using Vintage Photo quite a bit, and it seemed to get like too orangey. All of a sudden I got tired of it. So I ordered some little minis the other day just to see what colors I might like. And I'm kind of liking the gathered twigs. It's a little dark, but I kind of like it. I'm not a big orange person, so the orange I was getting kind of tired of. And it seemed to kind of like change the formulation a little bit, or the coloring, since I started using it. I don't know if you all have noticed that, but it seemed to get a little more orangey. Let's see if we can get in there a little bit and get some of these bottoms. Let's give it a little color here and there. I cannot believe I forgot to do that. But you know what? Not all hope is lost. I'll still get in there and get a little color on it. Once we add our laces and embellishments and things, I think it'll be good. So let's get to that now. Let's get some of these little bits. Where did I bury them at? Some of my little fussy cuts. Oh, I kind of liked that vellum too. Maybe we can add that somewhere. So I've got these little ones that I cut out of the La Parisienne kit, I believe this was. And oh, there's a little That's perfect. Let's use a little Eiffel Tower. And we've got lady and some more dress forms. We've got some ruffles and some collars and sleeves. This was all about the fashion. I loved this kit. I had so much fun playing with it. So let's take some of those. I love that vintage suitcase also. Let's see if we can't add that down here maybe. So really there's no rhyme or reason to this, and it's just kind of fun. Sometimes I just think I plan too much and I strategize and I worry about how it's going to come out, and sometimes you just want to sit down and be creative and just let it flow as it comes. And this is a good one of those projects to do that with. Let's see, let's take some of that bulk off of there. And maybe give it a little ink while I'm thinking about it. Oops, upside down. Let's tuck that right in there. I like that. That kind of gives it a little bit of balance. So let's see which side, this side. A little balance from the top to the bottom. It was looking a little skinny down there, and I thought we might fill it in with some lace, but I kind of like this. You can still see the music and the pearls, so I think that's really pretty. Okay, now where did our little Eiffel Tower go? We must have that. There's that. See what I mean about being messy? You should have seen my desk after I made those other two I just showed you. It was buried in little bits of scraps. But you have to make a little bit of a mess when you're being creative, right? See if we still have enough ink on here. So I'm super excited about my next project I'm doing. Well, it's kind of an ongoing project. I can't wait to show it to you all. Let's see, where do we want that? Do we want that there? That's kind of cute. Let's see, what else do we want? Oh, I had cut some of these out. I had printed one of her kits on fabric and did some project a while back, and I still have a couple of these, so we could, you know what, we might layer. That's a little big. We might layer the smaller one in and put some lace under it. I think we'll do that. So where might we like that? Maybe right up here. Let's do that right there. And then I think I love the little shoes too. Shall we do the little shoes? It's all these tiny little bits that give it so much visual interest when you look at it. And like, it doesn't seem like much right now when you just tear out a little piece like that, but once you get it all layered in there, it's just so fun. I love seeing all the little elements, and especially with Doreen's kits, I have so many favorite moments in her digitals that it is so fun to be able to just tear out little pieces and have them in other projects as well. So do we want that there or maybe down here? Let's do that down here. So let's do that, and then we need something right up here. And then I think we can start with some lace. What about I guess I could, I have a little box that I made and embellished to put all my tiny little fussy cuts in, so my desk doesn't look like this. It might have been smart to get that out and use it, because now I'm rooting through all the little tiny bits and pieces. Let's see, I'm kind of leaning towards this little vintage buggy. Let's pull that out of there with the writing. Get some of that off of there. All right, and I am a hot mess. My sleeves are in the way, my desk is a mess. Okay, let's put that there. I like it. So let's glue all of, oh, I guess I don't need to take the pin out when it's already out. We'll glue down everything except the flower because I want to put some lace under that. So let's put that right there. And then what else do we have? That needs a tiny bit more glue, I think. I can just squeeze under there a little bit. Oop, there we go. And we'll get our Eiffel Tower on. Should have changed my blouse after church. I've got my sleeves in the way. I think we'll take that over just a little bit. There, let's do that. And then we had the little shoes. And we'll put those back there. And then that needs a little blob of glue right there. Keep that down. Okay, so now let's put that disaster to the side. And let's root through the lace disaster. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let's just make sure. I've got all these darling little fussy cuts right here. And we just might want, do we want a word? Got all these cute things, some tags, the gloves. I think we're too big. They're too big. But maybe we'll keep this word out. We might want the word. I'll tuck those back in before I get them all mixed up. Okay. So let's decide. In my lace dish that's overflowing, I think that's too dark. We've got some little bits and pieces of appliques here. That's too big. Oh, you know what? That might be cute down there for a little bottom piece. Let's live with that a moment. And then I've got some vintage lace. This was like a lacy fabric that I absolutely loved. And maybe, no, I don't want to cover that up. Let's tuck that in over here. Oh, we still kind of lose that flower. I don't want to do that. I think we'll leave that to the side a moment. Got a little pearl. I think that's too fussy. You just have to play with it. Oh, you know what? This is one of my favorites too. This is a piece of lace fabric that I got in an estate sale, and I use this quite often in strips. I wonder how we feel about that on this side. Maybe not quite yet. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I do like this. So let's see. We have to decide which side do we want out of the page, and I'm thinking maybe this side out. So let's kind of tuck that in there. I like that. And then got some of that. Let's cut a piece of that out. I can find the scissors, which I buried. And on these ones with the netting, sometimes I like to leave the netting on, and it just gives a little softness. Sometimes I take it off, but sometimes I leave it on. Let's see what we think about that. I've got this little snippet. Goes this way. Do that. I kind of wanted something a little broader. Oh, you know what? I love those. A little broader. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see about a piece of this. That's too. You know what? Let's take a piece of that. And I think what I'd like to do is we can kind of curl it up a little bit. Put that off to the side. Let's kind of get the Fabri-Tac and we'll ruffleize that a little bit. Give that a little dimension. Y'all are loving these Sugar Bell bottles, and I have to tell you, I am not having wonderful luck with them. I got the larger size, and both of them got a split down the side, and I had to throw them away. So I decided to give them another try since everybody raved about them, and I got the smaller size, so we'll see how these little ones last. Give that a gather. And then we'll put our flower back in. And I think we said that way, right? Let's do that. And we've got these little ones. Maybe we like that up there. That way and that way. I like that. I'm not sold on this though. I am going to glue these down real quick though, and then I have an idea. We'll see. I have to figure out a way to store these upside down so I don't have to wait for them to have the glue trickle down. It takes too long. Alright, I want that little gold part to peek out, so let's do that, and then let's see how this looks. I think I love this lace. This is vintage from an estate sale. So let's kind of take it off about right here. I'll put that back down. Oh, I think that's so pretty. Let's flip it. Da-da-da-da-da. Waiting on the glue. Oops. And we'll glue that down, and we'll do some little trimming. See how far is that going? Let's get it give it a good glue. Make sure we get the edges. And I just stuck my thumb in it. And then let me get my little spreader. Do that, and then let's around these edges just a little bit. And give that a little glue right up here. That glued down. And then let's add, now I don't think we need that, or do we? Oh, you know what? It's kind of pretty. I think we will. Let's put that one back in there. Sure we've got the right side. And we did, but I've got a little piece of glue on there. So let's do that. And then I had some of this pretty fabric. Maybe we'll add one little snippet right there. I think so. And I do like the edge that I did with the pinking shears, so we'll put it that side out. Just kind of fill in that little space a little bit. And then I had this little gold bow. I think we'll put that one right there. And then we had some smaller little flowers. I think maybe we'll cut one of those and find a place for that. Maybe put a little pearl center on there. And we might be close to calling it a day. What do we think? Over there, over here, up here, maybe down here. I think we're getting a little top heavy, so let's do that. And I think I take my ink and just run it over that a little bit so it's not so bright and stark. Give it a little shabby vintage feel. So let's do that and maybe add a pearl. Let's see. Grab a small one. Do we want a pearl or do we want a rhinestone? I think maybe the pearl. So let's add that, and I think we'll take a final look and see what we think. Oh, we had the word. I think we do want the word. That in there. And then let's get our word, and we might be able to call it good. Do we like it there? Do we like it there? Kind of needs something down here, doesn't it? Let's see. We need a little flat piece. Oh, maybe we can take a piece of this. Let's do that. Oops, get in there. Let's do that and a piece of something else. Let's see. Go that way. That way. I like it. Let's do it. Go that way. That way, maybe that way. Do that. And what do we think? I think we did it. Oh, get in there, pin. Got a goopy mess on the top. Get in there. Okay. So let's wipe all of this mess out of the way and get a good look at it. So there we have it. We've got all of our texture, our visual interests, we've got the lace, And let's see how we think it may look. I think that's darling. So much interest. You still have room to write over here. It gives it so much texture and dimension. You've got all these little snippets to look at, and just the layers of yummy laces. I just think it's so cute. I absolutely love them. And then look how sweet when you close your book. You can see it from the top. You can see it from the bottom. Just that giant mess. But the side, it's so, so pretty. Little pearl poking out. I just absolutely love them. Let's get this mat out of here, and we'll revisit our other ones. And I just think that they are so fun. I just love them. So that would go that way, and then we've got two that would face out this way. So there you have it. Some Shabby Page Edgers made out of snippets of Doreen's beautiful digitals. I know a few of the kits. This one was made out of primarily the Divine Moments kit, and this one, I have to look at that one, and I think that was her. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I'll have to look at that one. I'll link it below. And then this one was primarily the La Parisienne fashion boutique. So I will put those links in. I will put her Etsy shop in. It's Doreen at Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. And I hope you enjoyed the little craft with me. And I hope you make some. And let me know in the comments again what you like to do with your scraps, and if you like this project, if you're going to try making them. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, all your likes and comments, the new subscribers, the ones that come back and see my videos each time. I just can't appreciate you enough, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye y'all.